everybody. Thank you for tuning in again for another one of our Linkage Wellness workshops. We are actually working on our Wellness Wednesdays, and we're going to be having our wellness chats on Wednesday nights now at 8:30 instead of Fridays. So tune in every Wednesday or every other Wednesday. We're not sure if we want to do it every week or not, but tune in regardless to see if we're here. Tonight we're going to be talking about on our wellness chat reality checks. Okay, we're going to be talking about reality checks within health and wellness. Maybe something that you thought and something that you got a reality check on throughout your journey, whether that was in the beginning, the middle, or towards the end, or during your survival and recovery and healing journey. What was that reality check that you got, and what were some of the things that you did to kind of cope with that and to kind of get over that and to push forward? That's what we're going to talk about today. But other than that, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody for tuning into all of our other Linkage Wellness workshops. Our Zumba workshop is doing amazing. Our Blossoming Beauty workshop was amazing, and we'll have that coming up soon. We'll have another Zumba one coming up soon. These are going to be regular workshops that happen for everyone. It looks like Janine is having an issue. Getting a little bit better as we go along with this whole live situation. Hi, Janine.
No, I don't know why it always does that.
I don't know. That's what I was just saying. I'm trying to get a little bit better with this whole live thing, but I don't know what's happening or what actually goes on when I go live. But we're here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing
Oh,
well. Happy.
what you got? Wait a minute. You got your linkage on?
Yes, ma'am.
I got my linkage on too. Yay. See,
All
this
I need is
wasn't planned, you
my
guys.
Madam Secretary.
Yes, this wasn't planned, you guys. This is great. Juanita's not here yet, but we're just gonna go ahead and continue with the conversation. I hope she is, able to join us. We're always having some type of difficulty when we try to go live. But I was explaining to everyone that tonight we're gonna be talking about reality checks, like throughout our health and wellness journey, what type of reality checks we experienced, how we coped with them, how we push forward through them. And so what is a wellness, some type of reality check that you've experienced throughout this whole journey
Um,
that we've been on?
I would have to say it was when I got my second
Yeah.
diagnosis. The the reality check was that nobody knows, and we Google and we research things, and we don't even realize like these are specific to that person, that one case study.
Yeah.
They're not specific to us, because I think when the cancer did come back, I felt defeated. I felt like a failure because I had completely changed my lifestyle.
Yeah.
um, Everything was changed. And so, I've even tried to get away from trying to Google things and try to, Dr. Google, and when it could tell you that you're going to die tomorrow. You know what I mean? So I try to now stay
Yeah.
clear from Google. And even, just talking to other women and telling them what my symptoms were, it was so weird and beyond me, because it was like, am I the only person that has had this experience? Because my experience didn't start with the lump. Mine
Yeah.
started hormonal.
God.
And, I was asking my care team, well, if this is triple negative, how am I, having the hormonal symptoms first? And, they couldn't even answer that because, again, I mean, I don't expect them to have every single answer.
Right.
But that was a huge, I guess, life checked, or just a huge thing for me, just to realize that everything is not like
I'm so sorry.
textbook.
Frankie is deciding that he wants to play with his toy and get loud right now because I won't let him up in my lap. So he's going to try to do something to get my attention. So I'm sorry, everyone, if you hear Frankie in the back being rude. Come here. Being rude with his toy. I'm going to let him get in my lap now so we can continue the conversation because
Okay.
he's going to be determined. So Frankie, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Just say hi. Say hi to
Hi,
everybody since you wanted
Frankie.
to get up here. You wanted to get up here.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm sorry
it's
for
okay.
cutting you
But
off.
I really just wanted to. The biggest like fact check for me was just that there is no textbook of how we live our lives
Right.
after a breast cancer diagnosis. There is no book or a manual. There is nothing. We're just doing it. Kind of we're on the journey. And I think the biggest thing for me is just knowing, like, again, when I look at these Google things, it's not per
Right.
me. These are
I
other case studies, and there are so many different factors that we don't see beyond what's on the screen,
yes.
because if you're looking at the case study of Janine, you'd have to say, well, mother, breast cancer, then 8 years later, you know, nasal cavity cancer, mom's twin, breast cancer, HER2,
Yeah.
aunt on my dad's side. So it's like it's many different factors. And so I'm just learning now to just listen to my body.
Yes.
Listen to my body and know when there are some things that aren't right, go to the doctor. And being prepared. I've gotten like critical illness insurance. So all these things I put in place so if that something does happen,
Yes.
I'm okay, I'm protected, and I'm covered. So the biggest, fact check for me was that this journey is not a one size fits all, and there's no manual, there's no textbook, no doctor can tell you emphatically if your cancer is going to come back, and that you're not a case study, you're a specific person.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's these reality checks are hard. Like, it's a whole bunch of different factors that go along with it. I would have to say, I've gotten several reality checks, but the biggest one for me, I would say, is the mastectomy. Um, just
And I'm
not
sorry.
being,
I'm sorry. I think Juanita is trying to get in
oh, hold on, let's see. Let me see. I'm still trying to
because she
get
sent me.
this.
I just saw her text.
Okay, let's see. Let me see if I can do the invite. Okay. I did the invite, Juanita. Let's see if you pop in. Um, my biggest reality check, I would have to say, hi,
Hey,
Juanita.
Juanita.
Hey,
My biggest reality check would be getting receiving the news about the mastectomy. Like it's like I received the news and it was so fast and I had to make that decision right then and there. It really wasn't a decision. It was just like, this is what you have to do. And so I didn't think about it. I didn't have a chance to think about what my life was going to be like afterwards. And so the biggest reality check is that once I was diagnosed, it was just like, okay, forget about my boobs, like I don't care, like I don't care what's going to happen. I just want you to take them off. But I didn't think about like what we were going to go through, like psychologically and all these different things once they were taken off, and the different reactions that I got from like my family, my friends, strangers, so that was a big reality check for me. I thought that everything would be normal, afterwards. I just thought I would get the surgery, and I didn't think about like I would have to get new clothes and all those different things. So it was a big reality check, that part of me was gone. It was just like that part of me was gone, and I had to hurry up and kind of get over it, and hurry up and find a way to I don't like to say get over it, that's kind of harsh, but I had to find a way to deal with it, and I had to find a way to move past it. And so that's how my way of coping with that was creating Linkage, like finding other women that were like feeling the way that I was feeling and going through what I was going through, and how we could link with each other, and how we could connect with each other and, be there for each other. Like that's how I was able to cope with that. But that was a really huge reality check that I can still say that I'm still experiencing to this day. Sometimes I think I'm doing fine, but then I'll have some months where I'm looking at the prosthetics and I'm like, oh, maybe I should try and put them on and see what it looks like. And then I'll try, and then I'll feel like a goof, because I haven't worn anything and done any of that in so long, that sometimes I guess I do need that reality check too, to know that it's okay. And I've created a whole new life of acceptance of what my body is and what this whole journey is. And so, although we have those reality checks, we have to find like the positive, even though it kind of starts out negative sometimes, you
But
know?
I think too that's the grief though.
Yeah.
Mourning a loss. You're mourning a loss of that. you know, feminine aspect of you, because we feel like, you know, our breasts are all end all be all. That makes us feminine. That's everything. But we're so much more than that.
Yes.
And, you know, that's what I try to tell myself. I try to look in the mirror every day and tell myself, like, you're gorgeous. Or I try to, like, you know, walk around my house topless
Yes.
every day just to get comfortable and get used to it. So that grief isn't as like tumultuous as it's been as when you originally like, oh my God, my breasts are going. So
Exactly.
I definitely get that.
Yeah, because it took a while. Like, at first you're kind of graveling and getting over just like the surgery of it all and just like the whole impact of everything. You don't think about like all of the stuff that happens afterwards. So that was my big reality check. How about you, Juanita? Like, how about you as far as the reality checks? What have you experienced,
I
throughout your
think
journey?
I think for me, I like what Janine was saying about I came in the middle of how she was saying that she was had to take accountability, taking care of herself and things like that. Caught a little bit of that,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm just learning to do now,
Yes.
because no one really educated me. Going through thyroid cancer, kidney cancer, breast cancer. Um, and I think the second cancer, well, no, the third, right when I got breast cancer, they said, "Okay, lady, this is three cancers. We're giving you a genetics
Yes.
test. We need to see what's going
Yes.
on. So
Yes.
this is just too much." Um, and just now, I was talking to Monty. I'm just going through just so much emotionally right now, and
Yes.
I'm just frustrated because I've really thought, okay, I'm in a place where I'm losing weight, I'm eating good, exercising, doing all the things, doing all the right things, and then just every stumbling block that can happen is happening right now.
Yeah.
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 And it's just frustrating for me. It's just frustrating. But for me, it was more so when the breast cancer came along and the genetics test, it just like hit me like, okay, wow, oh yay me, I'm prone to cancer. What fun is
Yeah.
that?
I
Yeah.
could definitely relate to that. You
What
know,
Mm-hmm.
fun?
when you find out like you have this genetic mutation, you're like, okay. And,
Exactly.
you
Like
know,
what
it's like,
now?
yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
so I feel like, you know, like you said, being in that space of, I got this genetic mutation. Does that mean I'm going to get it all, you know, every 6 years? You don't know how long you're going to go
Yeah.
without the cancer coming back. And like you said, it's like adjusting to a whole new way of living. So I
Yes.
definitely get that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's kind of what I've been doing, adjusting to a whole new way of living and trying to change. I'm so proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
I went
Yeah.
from 389 to
Oh,
240, and
that was
Yes.
good. Congratulations.
so and,
Yes.
but now with everything just emotionally, mentally, physically happening again, now I got another biopsy,
Yeah.
and they're going to tell me on Friday what the results are,
Okay.
and I don't feel that the doctors or the nurses, they understand what's going on in your head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because I said, sweetie, I had three cancers and I'm sitting in this chair again. Okay, I'm sitting in
Exactly.
this chair.
Exactly. You have no idea what I'm feeling right now.
And they don't.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you haven't gone through, you wouldn't understand. You don't. That's like with anybody. You can't relate to someone if you or have empathy, which I want to say empathy,
Yeah.
Right.
or you know what I mean, for that person if you haven't walked their walk or experienced what they've experienced. So
Yeah.
I definitely get that too.
Yeah.
And I've had that same moment too. Like when I got the second biopsy, for the second time around, just
Yes.
sitting in that biopsy chair crying my eyes out. Like, I am here again. Are you freaking kidding
Exactly.
me?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
And
how it
another
was on
another
Monday.
thing
I
another
was
thing is
crying.
that, like, you learn throughout this process. Another reality check you learn is that you have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Learning how to advocate for yourself throughout all the things that you go through. Some things will be hard, some things will be easy, but for the most part you learn through the hard things. Like, what Juanita was saying, the doctors, the nurses, none of these people know what's going on in your mind, and so it's our job to reiterate to them like what we're feeling in our bodies, what we're going through in our minds, because they're trained, I guess, like with science and things like
Right.
that, but we are a whole human, and so sometimes they get it right and sometimes they don't. Sometimes we tell them things that they don't even know, and so it's important for us to always advocate for ourselves and make sure we talk to our doctors about everything that's going on, even if it's frustrating, even if, you know, no matter what the situation is, you make sure you talk to them about it.
But
Well,
I love
the
what
nurse
you
was trying to
said.
how to feel when they were sticking a needle in me. Oh, honey, it doesn't hurt. Well, you want to switch places in the chair and get a needle inside you? You want?
Yeah. But you know, I love that you said it's a learning experience because we're not going to know everything. We're not going to learn everything
No.
because each journey is so different. It has its own set of challenges.
Yeah,
True.
It's different in every single way. So it's like when you get through that first one and you go through the second one, it's completely different. It's
exactly.
it's it's so different. And so you have to learn from that experience. But I think the biggest reality check that we learn is that there are so many different layers to our health. And we talked about that
Mm.
on our first chat, is that our health is comprised of so many different
Yes,
aspects. And I think that we're so used to catering to just the physical aspect, we forget about the other aspects.
True.
And so that's my biggest thing. You know, I try to educate people and let them know, like, you are not just your physical body. You are so much more than
yes,
that. You are literally an onion. You have to peel back the layers, and each layer, and I tell people that all the layers work together. They're not really a separate layer. They all work together. You
yes.
know, they all are supposed to be in harmony and
But a lot
balance.
of people don't even realize their capabilities and things that they could do and all of those things until something happens and you have to like sit and think. Some people don't even think about their mental status and
Right.
their mental health until something tragic happens, unfortunately, or something unfortunate. And then they have time to really sit and think about it and focus on them and their well-being and things like that. Because I was one of those people. I just was kind of just like going throughout life. I wasn't thinking about any of like my past traumas. I just was like taking all of the hits from the diagnosis and
Yeah,
what came after that.
because
And so
cancer is a whole trauma by itself.
it's like you every day, like you said, every day is like you're learning something else. You're something else is coming up that you have to be informed about. So it's always important to stay educated
Yeah.
so you won't have as many times where you're kind of stunned or you don't know what's going on. It's unfortunate that we have to go through these things, but the longer we go through it, the more educated we are on like our
Yeah.
bodies, how to treat ourselves, you know, how to talk to our doctors, what to say. And like you said with Google is dangerous, but Google is also amazing. So it's like it's one of those things. It's like the internet itself, it could be wonderful, but then it could be just like tragic at the same time. So
Yeah.
it's all about like how we utilize it. We can't believe everything that we see, you know, everything that we type up, because like you said, the internet's going to clearly tell you that you're going to die in 5 days. If you put something on there, it's like, oh no, you're not going to make it and you're going to be spazzing out. Like I've had that
Oh
happen so
yeah.
many times when that wasn't the case at all. And sometimes you might go and find something that's exactly what you're going through. And you're like, oh, I can't believe I found it. You know, like this is what it is. And you show it to your doctor and they're like, oh, you know what I mean? So it's important to stay educated and informed and aware of everything that's going on. No matter how many reality checks we get, we still have to gain and learn from them
Mhm.
and pull from them something that we can utilize in a positive way.
Yeah. But I think like the biggest reality check too is just having that compassion with ourselves, you know, letting ourselves cry, letting ourselves be angry, letting ourselves have those moments,
True.
because this is proof right now we're showing up for ourselves today. Like this
Yes.
very existence of this chat just goes to show you that we're still
Yeah.
showing up for ourselves. We're still, you know, have the strength to talk and share our
Yeah.
experiences and share our stories and all of that. So I feel like I give huge kudos to us for that, just in that regard.
Exactly. And I want to say real quick, Juanita,
Yes.
you're looking amazing over there. Okay. And I keep telling you this every time I talk to you on the phone. Like, you have this whole, like, sometimes when I'm talking to you, it looks like you just came from the runway. Like, it looks like your face is made and everything. It's like, it's not, though. You're just like glowing, whatever is
Yeah.
happening. Whatever negative is happening, something good is coming out of it because it's showing. Like typically when we're going through like hardships and all these bad things, we can like we wear it on us. But whatever it is that you're going through, I just want to say,
Not looking
not
like what
whatever
you've
it
been
is, because I'm
through.
fully aware of what you're going through, but what you're
Well, I
going
just
through is
before I got
not.
on with you guys, I just was saying I read about 3 spiritual warfare prayers.
Yes, maybe that's what it is. Cause
Yeah,
like you
Yeah.
don't look at all what you're
That's
going
what
through. Like
really
I know
glowing.
at all the little things, and you're not projecting that, and so that means that you're on the right path. And I am so proud of you because you look amazing,
yeah,
and we're here for you, and this is why we do this, because all of us are each going through some difficulties in life, and sometimes we just need each other to kind of get things out and talk about them, and hear from each other that everything is going to be okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I love you guys. I love both of you guys. I care tremendously about you guys' health. And we have people here on the live with us. We have Marcia on here with us. She did our Blossoming Beauty
Hi,
workshop.
Marcia.
Yeah.
Hi.
And it was,
And
and
we
I
have
got to
some
say
other
that
people
Blossoming
here.
Beauty workshop, it was so beautiful. I have
Thank
to make
you.
sure I join the next one
Yes.
because when I saw I'm like, oh my God, that is so pretty.
Yes, like you could do it. It's amazing the work that she does. Like she's super amazing at what she does, and she makes you feel like you can create anything. Like I still have my flowers here. They haven't even gone bad yet. They're leading to that, but they've lasted so long. So I'm just very happy about, all of the workshops, all of the things that we're doing at Linkage. I'm proud of all of you guys. Thank you so much for everybody that like tunes in and listens to us. I feel like although it's a quick chat session, I feel like what we talk about is important, and
Yeah.
obviously Frankie is saying that he's important tonight too.
Ah,
So
Front seat.
you
Frankie was not.
he's a part of the wellness
He was
chat.
standing on business with this chat.
He's a part of the wellness chat tonight. And you are so welcome, Marcia. You are so welcome. We appreciate you. We love having you here on our platform. We love having you as a part of our empowerment league. You empower me every single day. The work that I see that you do, each one of you guys empower me in some way. I talk to you ladies on the phone every single day. You ladies are a part of my board as well. So we have personal and professional ties to each other. So we're stuck together, and that's just that. So we're going to be here every Wednesday, and we're going to be bringing wellness chats about, women, just the world, what we're going through, in our lives, but just not always talking about like, the downside, because there is an upside to everything that we're going through. Like we're still here, like you said, for us to be here and to, have enough energy to even talk when I'm sitting down, I'm sitting on a pillow, and like Frankie's hurting my leg right now, but it's fine. Like we got to keep it pushing. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to come and chat with me and with everyone. And we'll be back with you guys again next week. Do you guys have anything else that you would like to add to our chat for tonight before we say goodnight to everyone?
it's my stuff here, candles.
Oh, what you
Okay.
got?
See my
Ooh,
candles.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love candles.
I
I
like
love
candles.
I love candles. Candles and incense are
it.
my
Yeah.
thing.
Yes. Candles and flowers. Like flowers have become my new thing. Like I always had like plants in my home, but like flowers, and it just like brings my spirit up a little
Yeah.
bit. So I
Yeah.
always have candles burning. I always have like my little lights going on in here, all that stuff. Hey Donna Marie, we love you. All those things help us on our wellness journey, and to stay positive and to stay connected with ourselves, making sure we do things to make ourselves happy, putting things in our atmosphere and our environments that make us happy, like the candles and the flowers and all those things. If you have a pet, your pet, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So again, thank you ladies so much for coming on tonight, and thank you for everybody that watched. And if you missed it, of course it will be posted on our new YouTube channel, and it will also be there will be like a little snippet of what we did tonight also posted. But if you guys have any questions or comments or any ideas for any topics that we can talk about, please DM us directly, or contact one of us on our personal pages or on the Linkage platform. We're always here. Right, ladies?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the
You too.
evening.
Have a good night,
Have a good
ladies.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, Donna Marie said go Linkage. Thank you so much, Donna Marie. Yes, we're going. We're going. We're going straight to the top is where we're going. Okay. We're trying. Well, I ain't going to no top with Frankie laying on me right here like this, but it's okay because everybody knows he's my little buddy. But thank you so much, y'all, for coming and chatting with us. I look forward to having these like weekly Bye.